Welcome back to the Now Morning Show, and we are talking about empowering sustainable communities, because SWMCOL is actually empowering communities in TNT with a very, very important project. And so this morning, joining us to talk more about that is Corporate Communications Specialist at SWMCOL, Ms. Selma Elie, and the Community Activist at the Caroni Railway Road community, Mr. Mitra Ramnath. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you all this morning?
Great. Thank you for having us.
I know it's the 1st of Feb, but I have to tell Selma Happy New Year, because she's always here. And I think this is the first of many times we're going to be seeing her over the course of the year. So welcome back, Selma. Always a pleasure to have you.
Thank you for having us.
And thank you so much for accompanying her, Mitra. Now, I'm going to start with Selma first, because I wanted to get some context in terms of this empowering community project. Tell us about it.
Thank you so much for having us again. And so SWMCOL is empowering sustainable communities. So remember, when we're talking about sustainable living, we're looking at changing the current behaviors and improving them by doing the correct things.
Yeah.
And so SWMCOL is reaching out to the communities, and we want to empower them in 3 areas. First, education. We have to unlearn some things, and we need to learn some things. Now, the key thing there is empower. So we're not just going to teach you, we are going to facilitate. So we have a couple partners, other organizations who are into recycling. So they're going to be there with us. They're going to disseminate information. They're going to tell you how to be able to recycle a particular waste stream. But we're also going to have the bins there for you on Saturday the 4th. So we're telling you how to do it. We're showing you how to do it, and we are facilitating. So that's the community fair aspect. So all of our stakeholders are there to assist in a similar fashion.
Right.
Next, we're looking at waste diversion. We are running out of space on the landfills, and we have a lot of waste that's on land. Here's the thing. Waste is simply a misplaced resource. So when we get this waste from cleanup activities, like Mitra is excited to tell you about us coming up.
I'm coming to him next.
So when we collect that waste, we can divert it from the landfills, which means that we are going to repurpose it. It also means that we're looking at other business opportunities for Trinidad and Tobago to get into. Remember, international newspapers have already identified our recycling industry as a promising one. So what do I mean by that? If we're cleaning an area and there's a lot of bamboo, we could chip that up and send that in the agricultural sector. The plastic bottles that we get, it's contaminated, so we can't recycle it, but we can repurpose it by grinding that down and creating a new product that can be brandable and has a shameless plug.
No, I want to get to the 3rd point quickly, because I want to hear Mitra about the event.
No problem. Yes. And so, of course, the 3rd point is the greening or the beautification.
Yes.
So we want to introduce trees into our environment. We want cleaner air. We want a cleaner lifestyle. So that also brings in organizations like the ODPM, Ministry of Health, and organizations like that.
Yeah.
So we're looking at a holistic way of living, a way of sustainable living through communities like Mitra's own.
Yes, and Mitra, I'm coming to you. So we have SWMCOL, who is partnering with the community to bring about this amazing sort of change in the way that we see and we deal with waste. What is going to be happening this weekend?
Well, this weekend, we're having our Public Awareness Day /Fair. It's to bring awareness to the community on recycling. A lot of people in the community, they don't know about recycling. So in October, I would have started a project recycling myself, where I would have done a cleanup of the Caroni River. That was massive. And from that stems this now. And I continue to try. The event, I hope we have many people come out. We invited the neighboring communities, Lapai Gardens, Caroni Village, Frederick Settlement, Ibis Gardens. And, you know, it's just to get the people out and get the information out there. And once you receive the information, we can act on it. If you don't have information and I act, you don't know what's going on. So it's just to get information out, get the people aware of what's going on, because we live in flood-prone areas.
Yes.
And being a community emergency response team leader and member of that, I go out on a day-to-day basis and see what's going on, what's causing it, you know, the improper use of a sandbag. So also to provide demonstrations on how to use sandbags, use and safety, how to protect your family in the flood season, because, you know, global warming is a large part of it. And this weather we going to experience in the near months to come will be very rainy. And it's just to get people prepared and pass that information out as far as possible to the communities.
Now, Mitra, what sort of impact are you hoping to have? Is it that after the fair, you're expecting people to start to, put their, separate their garbage in terms of what can be recycled? Are you expecting people to unplug their electricity and unplug, things when they're leaving their homes? I mean, what sort of impact are you expecting immediately and long term?
So that would be one of the impacts, for people to start recycling immediately. And, as Selma said, we'll put things in place for people to have a place to recycle. So that is one. Two, yes, definitely I encourage all my community members, because I'm the electrician in the community.
Oh, wow.
Right? To unplug your chargers.
Yes,
anything that you're not using, unplug it, save electricity. It's just that I have big plans for my community, and this is the start of it all. The plan is to make my community a green space, a space where you could come out, and my new motto is save the bees. So not only plant trees, but plant trees that will be beneficial to the bees to pollinate the neighboring farming communities.
Yes. I see Selma shaking her head like,
because
yes, like
Mitra listen, I am so excited about this, but I hope that you all paid attention. Mitra touched on agriculture, he touched on recycling, he touched on energy conservation, and this is what we want to empower. Please note, Mitra said, my community.
Yeah.
We're simply here to empower your community.
Is that a reason why SWMCOL wanted to partner with this particular community? And then what sort of other communities are you going to be going into after this one?
So, yes.
Yes.
We wanted to partner with Mitra, and we appreciate the fact that he reached out to us and we were able to facilitate.
Yeah.
We are also going to other communities. For example, we're going to Adventure Gardens in Tobago, we're going to Powder Magazine in Cocoa Reach, we're going to Orchard Gardens in San Fernando. We're also looking at community in a different form. So we're not just talking about the physical community. We have community groups that are partnering with us. So we're talking the Scouts Association, which is both Boys and Girls Scouts Association. We're talking about police youth groups across Trinidad and Tobago. This is our community. So we're empowering these people. We're talking about the Supermarkets Association and the Silt Farmers Association. That is unique to the Caroni community.
Right.
We're talking about TT-SIT, ODPM, and the Disaster Management Unit. That's the TPRC.
Now, those organizations that you call, are they also going to be exhibitors at the fair on Saturday?
Definitely, they're going to be there on Saturday. Also, Cashew Gardens. Cashew Gardens is what we call a model community, because they have started recycling, they're composting, they're going towards a green garden. They're taking it from one step and blowing it up. Like Mitra said, my community. We want to empower you. And we cannot do this without all of the partners that we mentioned. TNTech, WASA, Adopt a River, the Ministry of Public Utilities, Ministry of Health, Hardcore Recycling. There are so many organizations that want to come on board. There's so many people that want to partner. This is our Trinidad and Tobago. I was telling Rokas about his pendant. You see that heart in the middle? That's what we want. Mitra has me so happy. We can't wait to empower you again. Saturday 4th, which is Saturday coming, we are at the Caroni Hindu School in the car park. Now, that's a very strategic area as well, because that area has the primary school, the secondary school, and the preschool.
Yes.
We're covering it.
Now, this is for the community members. So if somebody outside of the community wants to get more information, if they're also interested about what's happening there, they can come down as well?
Of course. We encourage everybody. It's one Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah. Mitra, I have to ask you, where did this sense of pride come from? Because I feel like I don't see that. Now, I hope I'm not going to be wrong to assume that you're very young. And I feel like, you're very young. And so I'm getting this sense of pride in terms of my community. I'm doing this for us. I'm doing this for our. I'm getting that my and our. Where did that come from?
So being in a community that I would say kind of stagnant, right? That you don't see much happening. Everybody has their day-to-day, and that's about the size of it.
Yeah.
I plan on bringing change and bringing more into the community, because I didn't see it, and I've started to look for avenues and opportunities to bring to the community. And that's where SWMCOL came in. The Silt Farmers Association support group, they came in because being a part of TT-SIT life is a big part of it.
Right.
Because I respond to everything. There were disasters that happened and the services could not respond, and they called and said, Mitra, can you go in? And I said, yes. Grabbed the boat, I went in and I took people out.
Yeah.
And just being and seeing the state of Trinidad and Tobago, I want to make Trinidad and Tobago, not just Caroni. Caroni is the beginning of my project, to make it a better place. overall.
And why did you identify waste as opposed to, let's say, agriculture?
So waste is a big contributor. So the beginning of the rainy season, the Caroni River, I don't know if many people know, but Caroni River takes 25% of the country's water, right, in the rainy season. Now, Caroni River, I believe, spans for 40 miles. That river brings down a lot of plastic waste and debris that comes from drains and smaller rivers. And so happen, it comes by me and creates a blockage. Now, that creates a hazard.
Yes.
Right? Because when that creates a choke, the banks will have pressure on it, and then it'll cause the banks to break.
Yeah.
So I had to start cleaning it to prevent my home and my neighbor's home from being flooded. And this is where it all stems. This is just the beginning of something much bigger that I hope to just blow up.
And I hope that people who can partner with the community as well, I hope that they are watching and that they will reach out to also lend support. But before we go, Selma, just remind us where the fair is taking place, what time, and where we can get more information.
So you can get more information on our social media pages. So that's SWMCOL_TT, Facebook and Instagram. The fair is Saturday, 4th February, which is this Saturday coming. Caroni Hindu Primary School in the car park area. We are there from 10 till 2. We have almost everything you could think about. If you are into agriculture, come find out. If you want to recycle, bring your used oil, your glass bottles, your plastic bottles. We also have a stakeholder who will show you how to recycle your tires, almost everything. If you're into agriculture, we have some trees. If you are looking at healthcare, thanks to the Ministry of Health, and of course Red Cross, so that's free blood pressure testing, free cholesterol testing. Listen, we are here to empower your community.
Empower your community. Selma, Mitra, thank you so much for coming in today. Of course, all the best with the event on Saturday. And Mitra, keep doing the good work that you're doing.
Thank you.
I'm sure people are seeing it, and people in your community definitely are feeling the change. So thank you so much for what you're doing. And of course, SWMCOL with partnering. We're going to take a break and be right back. Stay with us. You're on the Now Morning Show.